The commercials played constantly across every screen on Earth. A vibrant, shimmering alien figure gesturing with multiple arms, its bioluminescent skin pulsing with excitement. Become the next viral star. The Vaxrin Syndicate invites exceptional humans to participate in our interspecies cultural exchange. Broaden your horizons. Experience wonders beyond Earth. Fame and fortune await those worthy of selection. Dr. Mara Sato watched the ad with professional curiosity. As one of Earth's leading xenopsychologists, she'd spent years analyzing the Vaxrin's communications, trying to understand what lay beneath their friendly overtures. There was something off about the cadence of their promises, the gleam in their compound eyes. She tapped notes into her tablet, then reached for her coffee. The mug never made it to her lips. Kai Torque, Duma, was fixing his motorcycle when the world blinked out. Oil-stained hands still gripping a wrench, muscles tensed as he fought demons only he could see. Military flashbacks haunted him even 3 years after discharge. The corporate-backed mission that went sideways. The civilians who paid the price. He was trying to rebuild his life one engine at a time when reality dissolved around him. Lena Rosario was mid-broadcast, her face earnest as she reported on corporate exploitation in developing nations. The idealistic journalist had built her career exposing injustice, speaking truth to power. The red light on her camera was the last thing she saw before darkness claimed her. Eli Arden was reviewing investment proposals when it happened. The biotech entrepreneur had lost everything once before when his partners stole his groundbreaking research. Now, just as he was rebuilding his empire, the tablet slipped from his fingers as consciousness faded. Nia Ingram was training recruits at the fire station, demonstrating extraction techniques with practiced efficiency. The former hotshot crew leader had saved dozens of lives before a collapsing building forced her career change. Her last words to her trainees were cut short as she vanished before their eyes. Mara awakened first, her analytical mind immediately cataloging sensations. Cold metal beneath her, distant mechanical hums, the scent of something alien, like ozone and cinnamon. She opened her eyes to translucent walls, curved ceiling, unfamiliar stars beyond a vast viewport. 4 other pods surrounded hers, their occupants stirring. "What the actual hell?" Kai growled, already testing the strength of his containment, his muscular frame tensed against the seamless pod. "We've been abducted," Lena whispered, journalist's eyes taking in every detail. Eli sat perfectly still, calculating. Corporate extraction, has to be. Nia was already on her feet, checking the others for injuries. "Everyone okay? Anyone hurt?" Before Mara could respond, the pods hissed open. A holographic display materialized before them, showing an alien with elaborate head crests and silvery skin. Its multiple eyes blinked in unsynchronized patterns. "Welcome to Vaxrin's 32nd season of Ultimate Survival," the creature announced, voice calibrated to human hearing range. "I am Overseer Tarven, your game director. You have been selected for your exceptional qualities to represent Earth in our most prestigious entertainment franchise." "Entertainment?" Mara stepped forward, professional curiosity warring with growing horror. "Billions watch across 17 galactic sectors," Tarven continued. "The rules are simple. Survive 30 Earth days on Prime 4, complete challenges, earn tokens. The last team standing wins interstellar fame and returns to Earth as ambassadors of human potential." Kai lunged toward the hologram. "You can't just kidnap people for your sick games." Tarven's mouth parts twitched in what might have been amusement. "Your species signed the Interstellar Entertainment Accord of 2079. Section 12, Paragraph 9 permits voluntary cultural exchange through immersive experiences. We didn't volunteer for anything, Lena protested. Your neural patterns responded positively to our advertisements. By your own planet's legal standards, that constitutes informed consent. Tarven's voice carried a note of finality. You have 1 hour to acclimate before transport to the game surface. Oh, and one final rule, no banned technology allowed, except what you already carry. The hologram flickered out, leaving 5 confused humans staring at each other. What does that mean, what we already carry? Eli asked. Mara's eyes widened with realization. Our bodies, our brains, human cognition itself must be the banned technology. Small hovering drones appeared, electronic eyes focused on the humans as they were herded toward a transport vessel. Through viewports, they caught glimpses of a massive space station, teeming with alien species, all watching screens displaying different games in progress. They're betting on us, Naya observed, noticing the frenzied exchanges of credits among spectators. Look at those weasel-looking ones in the corner. They're taking odds on our survival. The transport lurched, accelerating toward a blue-green world below. Prime 4 grew larger through the viewport, terraformed to approximate Earth conditions, but with subtle wrongness. Colors too vibrant, plant formations too symmetrical. We need a plan, Kai muttered. Military basics, shelter, water, food, security. We need to document everything, Lena countered, patting her pockets out of habit, looking for her recorder. If we can expose this. Expose it to whom? Eli scoffed. We're light years from Earth. We need each other, Naya interjected firmly. Whatever happens down there, we stick together. Mara studied each of them, mind already analyzing team dynamics. Agreed. Whatever expertise each of us has becomes our collective resource. The transport shuddered, entering atmosphere. A final announcement echoed. Season 32 begins in 3, 2, 1. The world went white. They landed hard, scattered across a clearing ringed by violet-tinged vegetation. The alien forest stretched in every direction, canopy rustling with movement. Heavy clouds gathered overhead, air thick with unfamiliar scents. Kai recovered first, immediately scanning for threats. Sound off. Everyone here? One by one, they called out. All 5 had survived the drop, though not without bruises and disorientation. We need shelter, Mara stated, eyes on the darkening sky. Those clouds look chemical, not water-based. As if summoned by her words, the first droplets fell, sizzling where they hit exposed skin. Move, Kai shouted, grabbing Eli by the shirt and dragging him toward a rock outcropping. They huddled beneath the overhang as acidic rain stripped the color from their uniforms. Mara fought rising panic, forcing her breathing to steady. She would not give in to fear, not now. What the hell kind of place is this? Eli groaned, examining a red welt where a raindrop had caught his hand. Prime 4, Mara answered, shifting to make room as Lena pressed closer, terraformed but clearly modified for entertainment value. The rain is a theatrical element, painful but probably not lethal. They want us to survive long enough to make good television. Great analysis, Professor, Kai snapped. Got any practical suggestions? Mara's eyes narrowed. Yes, don't antagonize the only person who might understand our captor's psychology. Nia stepped between them, both valid points. We need shelter and understanding. She pointed to the wristbands they all now wore, and we need to figure out what these do. The bands were slim, metallic, with no visible controls or displays. When Kai tried to remove his, a shock sent him reeling back. Tracking devices, Lena guessed, maybe more. As the rain subsided, bioluminescent insects emerged, swarming toward them. What first appeared beautiful quickly turned dangerous. The insects exploded on contact, leaving painful burns. "Run!" Naya shouted, using a broad leaf to swat away the swarm. They fled deeper into the forest, finally stopping in a small clearing. Night was falling, temperature dropping rapidly. "We need fire," Eli said, teeth chattering. "No matches, no lighters," Kai muttered, "unless someone's got a fire-starting merit badge." Eli's face lit with sudden inspiration. He removed his watch, an expensive model with a sapphire crystal. "Lens," he explained, "if we can focus sunlight." "It's almost dark," Lena pointed out. "Tomorrow then. For now, we huddle for warmth and take shifts watching." They settled into an uneasy circle, backs together, facing outward into the alien night. Strange calls echoed through the darkness. Watching eyes reflected moonlight from between trees. "Tell me about yourselves," Naya suggested. "If we're stuck together, might as well know who we're dealing with." One by one, they shared abbreviated life stories. Mara's research into alien psychology, Kai's special forces background and engineering skills, Lena's journalism career, Eli's rise, fall, and resurrection in biotech, Nia's years fighting wildfires before becoming a trainer. "So we have brains, brawn, communication skills, business acumen, and teamwork experience," Mara summarized. "Not a bad complement of skills for survival." "If they let us use them," Kai replied grimly. Morning brought new challenges. Their wristbands activated, displaying holographic boundaries. They were contained within a 5-kilometer zone. Attempts to cross the line resulted in painful shocks. Eli, true to his word, used his watch crystal to focus the alien sun's rays onto a pile of dry vegetation. After several frustrating attempts, smoke curled upward. "Humans had fire before you even made a camp," he shouted triumphantly toward the hovering camera drones, nearly singing his eyebrows as the kindling burst into flame. Lena laughed despite herself. "Great, now they know we're not just survivors, but comedians too." With fire established, their situation improved marginally. They found a water source, a stream with slightly metallic tasting, but apparently safe water. Naya fashioned crude containers from large leaves. Kai began constructing a more permanent shelter using fallen branches and vines. Mara studied the wristbands, discovering they contained maps with blinking objectives. "I think they're giving us our first challenge," she said, showing the others the pulsing markers deep in the forest. "Biocores." Lena read from the small text. "What are those?" "Doesn't matter," Kai said. "It's obviously a trap." "A trap we might have to spring," Naya countered. "These bands probably do more than shock us. They might control our air supply, inject toxins." "Agreed," Mara nodded. "We need to play along, for now." They prepared as best they could. Kai fashioned crude spears from straight branches. Naya created a travois for carrying supplies. Lena mapped their route. Eli rigged simple alarms around their camp. Mara studied the alien flora, identifying potential medicinals. The forest grew denser as they followed the wristband maps. Strange fungi glowed underfoot. Vines reached for them with apparent intelligence. The air grew thick, heavy with spores. "There," Eli pointed to a pulsing blue orb embedded in a tree trunk. "That must be a biocore." As Kai reached for it, the ground trembled. Metallic forms burst from the soil, robotic hunters with multiple limbs ending in gleaming blades. "Ambush!" Kai shouted, thrusting his spear at the nearest machine. The wooden weapon shattered against metal plating. The humans scattered, ducking between trees as mechanical predators pursued. Mara observed the robot's movement patterns, noting a rhythmic quality. "They're programmed. 3 seconds forward, half-second pause, then strike." Kai nodded, timing his approach. During a pause, he lunged, grabbing a blade as it withdrew. Metal sliced his palm, but he held on, wrenching the appendage until something snapped. The robot toppled. limb torn free. "Metal," he shouted, brandishing the broken blade. "Now we have real weapons." Working together, they dispatched the remaining hunters. Lena received a deep cut to her thigh in the process, which Mara bandaged using medicinal leaves. Nia's makeshift scanning drone, constructed from a hollow reed and reflective bark, was crushed. They collected 3 biocores before staggering back to camp, exhausted but successful. The wristbands chimed in unison, displaying a scoreboard with their names and a single point. "First challenge complete," Mara murmured, "but at what cost?" The next days established a routine. They improved their shelter, fashioning a surprisingly comfortable compound from branches, leaves, and mud. Kai taught basic self-defense. Nia organized efficient food-gathering rotations. Eli engineered simple machines, a water filtration system, a solar cooker. Lena documented everything, maintaining a record of their ordeal scratched into tree bark. Mara studied Prime 4's ecosystem, identifying safe foods and medicines. After a week, their wristbands activated again. The floating screen showed Overseer Tarven, mandibles clicking in what they now recognized as amusement. "Congratulations on surviving Phase 1, the alien intoned. "Your primitive hacks have provided unexpected entertainment. Our viewership has increased 12%. For this, you deserve a truly lethal challenge." The screen displayed their next objective, hunting an apex predator that made the robot sentries look like toys. "The prize for success? Information about your true purpose here." Mara stared at the screen long after it disappeared. "I need to record this," she whispered. "Prove what they're doing." "With what equipment?" Kai asked. "The wristbands. They're two-way communication devices. If I can reverse engineer one," Eli considered, "possible, but dangerous. If they detect tampering." "It's worth the risk," Lena insisted. "People need to know what's happening." While Mara and Eli worked on the communication problem, Kai and Nia prepared for the hunt. The apex predator, dubbed Chameleon for its scale-shifting camouflage abilities, had already claimed 2 other contestant teams, according to snippets they overheard from camera drones. "We don't kill it head-on," Kai explained, sketching plans in the dirt. "We trap it." "With what?" Lena questioned. "We can barely defend ourselves." "Fire," Nia suggested. "It's the one advantage they didn't account for. We build a wheeled frame, attach burning branches." "And a pit trap," Kai added, warming to the idea. "Lure it in, trap it, finish it." Lena frowned. "Seems needlessly cruel." "It's us or that thing," Kai snapped. "Your choice." The tension between them had been building, Kai's military pragmatism clashing with Lena's humanitarian ideals. Nia stepped between them once again, the peacemaker. "Both perspectives matter," she said firmly. "We trap it humanely if possible, but we survive no matter what." As they prepared, Mara made a discovery that changed everything. While digging the pit trap, she unearthed what appeared to be a fossilized human bone. "This is impossible," she breathed, brushing dirt from the specimen. Unless what?" Eli asked, joining her. "Unless humans were here before, long before." She held up the fossil. "This suggests we aren't the first humans in Vaxran's games, maybe not even the first on this planet." The implication stunned them. Had Earth been unwittingly sending humans to alien entertainment slaughter for generations? Or was human presence in the galaxy older and more complex than they'd been told? The hunt became secondary to this revelation, though they continued preparations. 3 days later, they were ready. The wheeled fire apparatus was crude but functional. The pit, disguised with branches and leaves, lay in the predator's territory. "It's time," Kai announced as darkness fell. "The thermal imaging I rigged shows movement 2 kilometers east." They moved through the forest silently, positioning themselves around the trap. Hours passed. muscles cramped, eyes strained in darkness. Then, movement, a shimmer in the air, the forest going too quiet. Nia stood frozen, past failure haunting her, the building collapse, the rookie she couldn't save. Her hands trembled on the rope controlling the fire cart. "Now," Kai hissed. Nia hesitated one crucial second, then pulled. The wheeled frame rolled forward, flames illuminating the clearing. In their light, the chameleon materialized, 3 meters of muscle, claw, and fang, its scales shifting from forest camouflage to flame reflection. It charged, exactly as planned, directly toward the pit, but at the last moment it leaped, clearing the trap entirely. "Plan B!" Kai shouted, throwing himself at the beast with nothing but a metal shard for a weapon. The chameleon's tail sent him flying. Lena screamed, drawing its attention. Eli pushed her aside just in time, taking a glancing blow that tore his shirt and drew blood. Mara analyzed the creature's movements. "It's tracking heat signatures," she called. "The fire confuses it." Nia snapped into action, trauma forgotten. She grabbed burning branches, waving them in complex patterns. The chameleon hesitated, head weaving as it followed the flames. "Herd it," she commanded. "Circle behind." Working as one, they maneuvered the predator step by step toward the pit. When it finally crashed through the false floor, Kai was ready with a spear to the heart. The wristbands chimed again, 2 points added to their score. The humans stood panting, splattered with alien blood, somehow victorious. Back at camp, they found a package. Their reward. Inside was a data crystal containing fragments of information, records of previous games, statistics on human performance, and something unexpected, evidence that the Vaxren were violating their own interspecies treaties. "This changes everything," Lena whispered. "It's not just about us anymore. It's about every species they've exploited." Relationships deepened as days passed. Lena and Eli's shared idealism blossomed into something more, finding moments of tenderness amid survival. One night he confessed the full story of his betrayal, how his partners had stolen his cancer cure, patented it under their names, and left him ruined. "I wanted revenge for years," he admitted. "Now it seems so. Small compared to this." Kai remained aloof until one evening when nightmares drove him from sleep. Mara found him staring into the fire. "Want to talk about it?" she asked simply. "Nothing to talk about." "The psychologist in me disagrees." After long silence, he spoke. "Corporate drone strike. 3 years ago. Target was supposed to be a warlord's compound. Intel was wrong. It was a school." His voice broke. "I pulled the trigger because I followed orders without question." Mara surprised him with a hand on his shoulder. "The corporation pulled the trigger. You were the weapon they used." "Doesn't absolve me." "No, but understanding context matters." It was the beginning of an unexpected connection between the analytical scientist and the hardened soldier. Their 3rd week brought new complications. The wristbands displayed a rule change. An alien saboteur would join their camp, testing human loyalty. The saboteur arrived in the form of a humanoid alien with translucent skin and hypnotic voice. It approached each human separately, offering special deals. To Eli, it whispered of immunity and return to Earth if he betrayed the others. To Kai, revenge against Tarven. To Mara, scientific recognition. To Lena, the exclusive story of a lifetime. To Nia, guaranteed safety for everyone she loved back home. The temptation created fractures, trust eroded, whispered conversations stopped when others approached, supplies went missing, equipment malfunctioned mysteriously. Surveillance drones captured every moment of paranoia, broadcasting to eager audiences across the galaxy. During a night raid on an abandoned alien outpost, they'd discovered at the zone's edge everything came to a head. While the others gathered technology scraps, Eli secretly established a data uplink to Tarven, seemingly accepting the betrayal offer. Kai caught him in the act. "You backstabbing corporate snake." The confrontation turned violent. Fists connected with jaws, blood spattered the alien consoles. Naya rushed to separate them and caught an elbow to the temple, collapsing with a concussion. "Stop!" Mara shouted, her usual detachment replaced by fury. "This is exactly what they want." Lena tended to Nia while eyeing the uplink Eli had established. A journalist's instinct sparked. "Wait," she said. "Don't destroy it." Instead of disconnecting the link, she expanded it, bypassing security protocols with tricks learned, exposing corporate corruption. "If we can access their broadcast system." Understanding dawned on their faces. They weren't just fighting for survival anymore. They were fighting to expose the truth. Over the next days, they executed their plan. Eli hadn't betrayed them. He'd created an opening. Using the uplink and salvaged parts, Lena constructed a pirate broadcast module. Mara compiled psychological evidence of treaty violations. Kai engineered a signal booster from scavenged tech. Nia, recovered from her concussion, coordinated their efforts while maintaining camp security. They launched their broadcast during the final challenge, a direct assault on what the wristbands identified as the Game Citadel, a control center at the far edge of their zone. As they approached the gleaming structure, defended by both robotic and alien guards, Lena activated the broadcast. Her face appeared on every Vaxrin channel across 17 sectors. "Citizens of the galactic community," she began, voice steady despite exhaustion and fear. "We are humans from Earth, kidnapped for your entertainment. What the Vaxrin Syndicate calls cultural exchange is actually illegal exploitation, violating 7 interspecies treaties." The broadcast continued as they fought their way toward the Citadel. Kai's makeshift weapons, spears tipped with salvaged metal, slings hurling explosive seed pods, proved surprisingly effective against guards accustomed to technologically disadvantaged prey. Nia directed their movements with firefighter precision, creating diversions with controlled burns that drove defenders into prepared ambushes. Eli deployed hacked drones to confuse security systems. Across the galaxy, viewers watched transfixed as humans used primitive tools to systematically dismantle advanced defenses. Ratings soared, and something unexpected happened. Alien contestants in other games began refusing to fight, standing down in solidarity. Inside the Citadel, Mara and Kai confronted Overseer Tarven directly. The alien's silvery skin had paled to ashen gray, mandibles clicking frantically as his empire crumbled. "You can't do this," he hissed. "The games are sanctioned, legal." "Not according to your own laws," Mara countered, presenting evidence from the data crystal. Specifically, the Treaty of Proxima Centauri, Section 4. No sentient species shall be subjected to physical or psychological experimentation without explicit individual consent. Tarven's multiple eyes blinked rapidly. "We had consent. The advertisements." "Subliminal manipulation isn't consent," Kai growled, restraining the alien with improvised cuffs fashioned from Citadel wiring. Lena's broadcast reached its climax as security footage showed Tarven admitting to treaty violations, manipulating contestants, and rigging outcomes for maximum entertainment value. Within hours, the Vaxrin Syndicate's ruling council was forced to cancel the season. Protests erupted across multiple worlds. Allied species sent representatives to investigate. Earth authorities, previously unaware of the true nature of the cultural exchange program, demanded immediate repatriation of all human contestants. Tarven was arrested by his own security forces, mandibles still clicking excuses as he was led away. In the aftermath, the 5 humans found themselves celebrated as revolutionaries. The journey home was aboard a luxury diplomatic vessel, not a prisoner transport. Earth welcomed them as heroes who had exposed an interstellar scandal and potentially saved countless future victims. The experience transformed each of them. Mara established the Interspecies Ethics Institute, dedicated to ensuring ethical contact between humans and alien civilizations. Her analytical approach, tempered by genuine empathy developed during their ordeal, made her uniquely qualified to bridge worlds. Kai accepted a position training the newly formed human-alien peacekeeping force. The skills that once haunted him now served a constructive purpose. The weight of past failures eased as he helped establish protocols to prevent similar exploitation. Lena's exposé became the most viewed documentary in human history. She continued her journalism career with renewed purpose, specializing in interspecies relations and corporate accountability. Eli redirected his business acumen toward ethical alien technology integration, joining Mara's institute as Chief Innovation Officer. The man who once sought revenge against corporate betrayal found redemption in creating safeguards against exploitation. Nia led the first official Earth Prime 4 expedition, establishing legitimate cultural exchange between worlds. Her team-building skills and calm leadership made her the perfect ambassador for genuine interspecies cooperation. 1 year after their return, they gathered at Mara's Institute to commemorate their ordeal and celebrate their victories. Through the Institute's powerful telescope, they observed Prime 4's surface one last time. In the clearing where they had first established camp, a flicker of orange light glowed against the alien twilight. Fire, maintained by the next generation of contestants, not unwilling captives this time, but volunteers participating in a reformed, ethical cultural exchange program. "They're using our techniques," Naya observed with pride. "Human legacy," Mara agreed. "Fire, tools, community." Kai raised a glass. "To banned technology." "To human ingenuity," Eli amended. Lena captured the moment with her camera. "To survival against all odds." The 5 humans who had changed interstellar entertainment forever watched the distant flame, a symbol of humanity's enduring spark even in the darkest corners of the universe. On Prime 4, new stories were beginning, but for Mara, Kai, Lena, Eli, and Nia, the most harrowing chapter had closed. They had entered as unwilling contestants and emerged as architects of a more ethical future, proof that sometimes the most powerful technology isn't metal or code, but the human capacity for adaptation, cooperation, and hope.